Let's get that back going over on YouTube. Let me know. Please let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me, Golden Lady. Please let me know. I do not want to be muted over there. I went through all this trouble. I think I accidentally must have tapped my mute button, but we should be good for right now. And I'm going to stop moving. Let me know if we are okay. I need to say this. I am so tired of the mediocrity. I am tired of the blame game. The reason we are here, because that's what happens in those stories about regret. Why we regret our vote. How did we get here? The political parties like to do a post mortem. How did we get here? Where did we go wrong? And they normally always place the blame every place and where it needs to be. So let me say this clearly. Okay. Crystal says the Trump administration put up flags from Austria and Louis, the UK. Don't tell me they messed up the flag. They messed up the UK flag. Great. Y'all can hear just fine. Okay, great. Yes, you're okay. Excellent. Welcome to the Sunshine Report. The reason we are here, and I'm going to get to why journalists are going to catch some of this today too. Okay, are going to catch some of this because now the journalists are all on TV. It was real what happened at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. We were there. We were afraid. You weren't. I'm going to get to you hoes and especially the black journalists too. I'm real put out at us. Real put out. Real annoyed with our black journalists that decided to show their face at that White House Correspondents' Dinner where they know they shouldn't have been there. Okay, so let me, on behalf of Black women of the 92%, hi, everybody. This is your moment of truth and clarity from Black women of the 92%. The reason, in case everybody's upset and wondering and feeling regret and wondering, oh, why are we here? How did we get here? How did this happen? We are here because of lies. Okay, yeah, girl, of course I believe it. Why wouldn't they have messed up? Why wouldn't they have messed up the Union Jack? The reason we are here, and on behalf of Black women, let me just make it clear, we are here because of a lie. We are here because of the lie of white supremacy. We are here because of the lie that everyone got convinced of in this country, that DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, is dangerous. We are here because of the lie that woke is bad, that to be awake is bad. They don't want the American public to be awake. They damn sure don't want Black people talking about telling everybody to get woke and be woke, because anything we do, anything we say becomes a part of the vernacular, becomes a part of the language, becomes part of the zeitgeist, and then like young white people will do it. Hey, Catalyst, because of apathy. Perhaps. But regarding woke and needing to demonize woke, no, they don't want you to be woke. They want your ass asleep. They want you asleep dreaming the American dream. That's what they want people doing. They don't want people woke, aware, intelligent, intellectual. They don't want that. We're here because of the lie that white is always white. That whiteness isn't a race. It is. It's a made up thing too. That white is always right. White is always the default. That it's best when the government is just run by team white folks. Because y'all, that's all the Republican Party is team white folks in its essence. Truly. That's what it is. That white is always right when it clearly isn't. Look at this current cabinet. And now, in the aftermath of that bullshit and that fuckery at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, when it didn't work, the little stunt didn't work. Y'all know I call the stunt queen in chief. I call him that. I'm not ever going to call him my president. That's they president. I can't even say, normally in my real life, I say y'all's president. I can't even say that because I'm talking to the 92%. But anybody not in here from the 92% or is not allied with us, y'all's president, the stunt queen in chief, because that's all that hoe know how to do is create stunts, lie, steal, sexually assault, and create stunts. He's a stunt queen. He ain't nobody's businessman. He came to prominence because of his daddy's money and a tendency to want to sell his name on everything, and then he became a reality TV show host. And our country, the populace is so damn dumb that they believed it. It's playing a character on TV. And now that the stunts have stopped working, and even their own people are saying this feels like a stunt. We're looking at the pictures, and the pictures, none of this adds up. None of this look right. It was like a Benny Hill show. I be putting the beep. I be putting like I put the sounds from beep behind it when I talk about it, because it's all stunts and shows. And now they mad and they scrambling because that man's ratings, and it's gotten to him. You can tell, like, finally somebody got him the information that his ratings are the lowest of any president in modern history, and that's including Jimmy Carter, who got a bad rap. Hey, Kay the Key. How are you? And I'm accepting kisses. If anybody would like to start with the delivery of the kisses, I would appreciate it. I could use it this morning. I really could, and I consent in advance. Now they mad and they scrambling and they pointing fingers. They trying to blame somebody for something because they think it's a TV show. They think it's The Apprentice. They think it's what we're supposed to be doing. Y'all, my tapper is not tapping. Why is it not tapping? Why are you not tapping? Let's tap. Let's go, because we have to get to 100K. We literally have goals. We have to get to 100K likes, and my tapper is for real tripping. I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe if I take that up, we'll see what we can do. I'm going to turn it off and on one more time. Y'all forgive me for the pause. Y'all forgive me for the pause. Okay, great. I'm going to turn that off and then we'll turn it back on. Hey, Bronze Bella, thank you. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. I do. But so anyway, so one of the things that got me kind of on this today, because normally I'm like, okay, we're going to be talking about crucial decision number 2 or crucial decision number 3. We're talking about organized indifference. We're all going to talk about it. But I was like, no, it's time to kind of cut some heads this morning. I'm a little annoyed. And it's very important for us Black women of the 92% to tell the truth. We're that's where we're gonna end up being like in the Dune series. What do they call the Bene Gesserit? They're the only people that, they basically space witches, and they can determine the truth. And that's how it's gonna be for Black. Like, we can determine the truth. We have that unique, we've always had it. Intellect. Y'all know how much Black women love a degree. We ain't never met a degree. We ain't met a master's degree or a terminal degree that we don't love. Okay. Right? We already know we're wildly educated. We love entrepreneurialism. So we're intellects. We love to learn. We're always praying for, and I think we're preternaturally gifted with the gift of discernment, intuition, psychic perception, pattern recognition, especially those of us that are neurodivergent. Yeah, we do. We collect them degrees like infinity stones. I'm taking a course right now from the Dartmouth edX. They never should have messed around and let me know I could still be taking classes for free. What? I could still be taking Dartmouth classes for free. Yes, I'm going to do it. So we have to tell the truth about this nation, and I need to tell the truth because we're putting the emphasis on the wrong syllable right now as a nation. And Lord knows our media is not going to help us. Okay, it's just we just go from one stunt. Hey, Coach Nan, from one stunt to another stunt. And y'all, thank you for sharing your daily heart means. I appreciate it. Okay, and I kind of like seeing it. I'm kind of enjoying a little bit of Schadenfreude. The White House is furious. They scrambling, they pointing fingers, trying to cut heads, not because they care about the truth of what the truth of the situation is, or any of their leadership or representatives. We ain't got a single member of the House of Representatives, member of the Supreme Court, Republican member of the Senate that is remotely interested in telling the truth. The only reason they're going through all this scrambling right now, that's why King Charles's state visit is a hot mess. Okay, it's a hot mess. Can I even show y'all this picture of y'all's the HOTUS, the 304, the snake-eyed Slovenian titty model that calls herself, they want to call her, let me see if I can show y'all. Well, let me show y'all something different. Under settings, let's see if effects. That's why the visit is going so bad. Y'all are letting me know they can't even, and this bitch, look at these two side hoes. Is this not, considering what we dealing with Meg Thee Stallion, Man, look at these two ugly ass, haggard ass, hatchet faced ass side chicks right here that have risen to prominence. Just look at these hoes. Both of them. Skanches. What did Beyonce say? Ashes to ashes and dust aside, chicks. Milani, y'all snake eyed Slovenian titty model. She ain't never met an ugly hat she didn't like. The uglier the hat, the better. She's like, how can I make my skull look sliced into? How can I wear the ugliest, most inappropriate ass, ugly ass? This bitch swears she is serving. Look at this. Just two side hoes. Just look at them. Just look at them. You know, Princess Diana and Ivanka Trump are just having a field day on the other side talking about these two ugly hatchet face heifers. Look at them. Just a country, just a mess. Just a mess. No wonder the state visit is going to hell in a handcart. I had to say that for y'all. When I saw that, I was like, this bitch ain't never met some just yeah, the reason, and they say, oh, she's so. Let me try to fix. I'm gonna fix the effect, y'all. Sorry, it's taking so long for me to turn that off. I'm gonna turn it off. I got these fingernails on, so it's kind of hard. So I'm looking at all this morning, and so that's why the visit is a hot mess because the White House is still scrambling because they can't believe, hey, Collis, because they can't believe that stunt didn't work. And y'all, thank you for sharing out the live. Y'all, I didn't even share out the live. What is wrong with me this morning? It's because we got this late start. We got a very late start this morning. I'm very sorry about that, but y'all, we looking like we have to rebuild that deck. So much for me trying to refurnish the living room. Oh no. No, no, like young guns, I'm telling y'all 92%. Y'all think about it before y'all buy a house now. Especially if you live someplace where it rains a lot. I'm just telling you. Your whole little budget for redecoration to get turned upside down in an instant because you get a leak on your damn deck and there's water up against your house. I don't mean to sidetrack us, but that's what Big Sis is. That's why Big Sis was late this morning. We were talking to some tile folks and some different contractors. Okay, but I'm sorry, I wanted to entertain y'all with that. Is that not the ugliest shit you've ever seen? But yeah, so they furious, scrambling, articles are being written talking about how do we get here, people regretting they vote. We are here because people are no longer buying the stunts. People are finally waking up. I think even some white folks are like waking up to the fact that, oh, maybe this whiteness shit really is a lie. Because if it was for real, if it was for true, I wouldn't be worrying about my SNAP benefits going away. I wouldn't be paying, hey, Ocean Summer, I wouldn't be paying 20% more for my health insurance. Eggs wouldn't be $7, $8, $9. Gas in California, y'all, I don't even be, hey, the Align, I don't even be putting how much money, I don't even be putting how much gas is in California because I don't want to stress people out. Hey, baby. It's good to see you, sis. You and Vibe Wellness Woman, I may need a refresh on I'm gonna rework my supplements to make sure I'm doing it right. I may need a and that's girl, that reminds me, I need my chlorophyll drops. Hey Raymara, Ocean Summer, I'm glad you're here. Could we please see some palm trees in the chat? And y'all let me know what's going on over on the tube that is you. I see you over there. Y'all say what's up in the chat. Let me know what's going on. Y'all put some yellow in the chat for me. I appreciate it. Okay. But I'm a little put out this morning because I feel like something is happening that I can't stand. And that is when people don't focus on the problem and addressing the problem. And this is on real Black girl shit. This is on real first daughter. But Gwendolyn, thank you for being titled Gift of the Rose. Y'all, thank you for visiting my gift gallery. I appreciate it. And thank you for the kisses. Thank you for supporting the live goal. I appreciate it. We gonna light it up in here today. Y'all know I'm a human ray of sunshine for Black women of the 92%. I may feel a little bit like a solar flare and a sunburn to other people, but for Black women, that's what I'm here for. That's why we call it the Sunshine Report. Sunshine communicates information. It warms us up. It activates our melanin. It's good for our bodies. It helps us to synthesize like certain vitamins and like certain nutrients. And that is what I'm here for. For Black women. Oh, thank you for being titled Gift of Rosa. Thank you for lighting up a gift. I appreciate it, y'all. My gift gallery be suffering. Thank you. Thank you. I see you. Okay. So I get real annoyed because like on some real eldest daughter, oldest of six daughters, black girl shit. I was taught when stuff starts going wrong in the house and you're the oldest daughter, you're the oldest black daughter, you're the first daughter of the first daughter. You don't sit around, thank you. You don't sit around saying, "Well, she did it and she did it and what my fault." You couldn't do that at my house. If I'm the big sister and I start going into, "Well, she did it or she did it," I get in even more trouble because I'm the big sister and I'm supposed to have all this shit under control. So I couldn't stand that. Y'all, Coach Dad will not like me telling y'all this, but I'm gonna tell you this. When we first got married, we got married real young, right out of college. We got married like 8 or 9 months out of college. I'll never forget, we're in our first little apartment or whatever, and the toilet starts overflowing. And it's our first little apartment. We just come from college. So, we barely have a plunger. And so I'm trying to deal with it. Do you know, Coach? This is on some white shit. The Coach Dad came and stood in the damn doorway, leaned up against the doorway. I'm scrambling. I'm like, what are you doing just standing there? Go get me some towels. His ass, when he went to my damn linen closet and got fresh towels. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, no, you don't get clean towels. Go get like the rags that like we clean with. And he's like, well, the problem was blah, blah, blah. And I was like, for the first time in my life, I was like, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. This man and I have fundamental ways of different ways of dealing with an emergency. I'm over here trying to fix a situation, and here he is pointing a finger, talking about how we got here. I have a real issue with that. I got a real problem with that. That's been something that he corrected very quickly. Yeah, common sense, but it's something that irks me. You know how sometimes stuff just irk you, and this is starting to really irk me about this country because I see this country doing that shit, standing in the doorway. Well, I regret my vote and I didn't vote for this, and we didn't vote for this. We thought it was going, we wanted the price of eggs and we didn't want, Yeah, but you're right. Thank you, Bounty and Bliss. Like common sense, but it's not. And now people are, hello. I love when y'all come in and say, hey, welcome. But people are no longer buying the stunt. And so now it's like, well, who's going to get fired? And then they just get more bullshit and more like they call it news, but it's not news. Susie Wild is going to get fired or Cash Patel? Y'all, this is not The Apprentice. That's what they devolved to. Why? Incompetence, mediocrity. They finally killed DEI. They killed the beauty and the notion of woke. Now they put in all, team white folks in the cabinet in charge of the country. And now what we got? The truth about that little stunt is that they didn't even give it the special designation of heightened security that is supposed to get when a president shows up because people don't know how to do their jobs because they're incompetent. They get rid of Christy Nome. They put in true. Y'all know the way the stunt queen in chief, whenever he's referring to black people, he says low IQ individual. The whole time, thank you for those lightning bolts. The whole time projection, he's the low IQ individual. You think for a hot second he really thinks he's got a good IQ? He doesn't. Somebody else got him into pen. His daddy got him into pen. Okay, oldest daughter here too, golden lady. Yeah, we don't play that. They call us low IQ individuals. I would give anything to take a look because y'all, they did used to give us an IQ test. I know what my IQ test is because my mama threw it up in my face anytime I brought home anything less than an A. She was like, I know what you're capable of. I know what the tests say. People with high IQs are never accusing people of low IQs. And since everything they say is a lie, this is what happens when we have low IQ individuals running the country in every area of government. I would like to remind everybody else again, these hoes, and by hoes, I mean y'all's GOP, y'all's Republican Party, the grand old party, turns out the gross old party, the gargantuan old party, the grotesque old party. The entire government is run by these hoes. And you see what has happened to this country? That's what happened. The truth of the whole situation is that they didn't do the special designation. They didn't have the most basic security measures in place. Now it's like, who gets fired over it? More fire hose of news, chaos, confusion, and still no accountability. Y'all know, um, Mark Wayne Mullen, the new Department of Homeland Security, that's supposed to be in charge of this shit, don't know, can't fight his way out of a paper bag administratively because something tells me that man can't read well. I have no proof to that. I bet he's too stupid. You state your number as a flex. I know I'm not slow. Girl, my sister messed around and found like all of our old paperwork and stuff. And she's like, yep, verified. I was like, I knew it. That's exactly Guardians of Pedos. Exactly, Mystic Cass. Saunders says, my mama and daddy stressed me out about grades and education. So I know I'm not slow. I know. Black women in the 92%. That's why we use organized indifference. We ain't ever got to worry about whether or not we're inherently slow, like as a people. That is not the case. That is not the case at all. And it's time for us to just tell the truth. Good morning, everybody. This is the Sunshine Report. I'm Halicue. I'm your host. I'm your guide. I am your human ray of sunshine. This is our daily intelligence briefing for the 92%. Who are the 92%? Black women who, after the election in 2024, made a very serious decision to see clearly, to move intentionally, and to no longer participate in systems that insult our intelligence. And we can tell our intelligence is being insulted, whether it's through the corporate and the legacy news media, a lot of this AI slop that's out here. The way we know they're insulting our intelligence is that it feels like static. It feels like static. It feels like noise, drives you crazy. You can't stand it. You'd rather turn the TV off than hear static, right? And the 92%, the Sunshine Report, this is where we get our station clear. Tune in to 92.2 FM in stereo. Okay. All right. This is the digital channel here. This isn't the analog. This ain't the AM. This is what we do. We tune in into the right station every morning where we get our news, our entertainment with clarity, with truth, with intelligence, with some integrity, with some laughs, as opposed to this bullshit they trying to feed us out here on CNN, which is about to be owned by who Ellis and like his devil spawn. CNN is getting ready to go all the way over to the dark side. They've been churning out a bunch of bullshit. Okay. All right. We decided to do things very differently. That's what we do here. That's when you come here, we're tuning into the right frequency with people that understand our intellect, understand Black women's intelligence, understands our sense of humor, understands what we contribute to the culture, understands that we are the blueprint. This is the news and the information that we deserve. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, the aligned soul. Mwah. I'm going to have a special activation for our super family this Friday, finally. Okay. So that's what we do here. We don't do confusion. We don't do chaos. We don't do lies dressed up as leadership the way these hoes do. We observe. Black women discern. And when it's necessary, like today, we are calling it out. So let's talk about it. I cannot stand when people do the blame game. Yes, I'm gonna have something wonderful for us. We need it. This energy is crazy. We're about to go into a full moon. I like to do, if you're a member of the if you become a super family member, super fam, which is right up here. I should pin it. Should I pin it? I don't want to pin it. I just want to show y'all what it means to be super part of the super family. Please consider becoming a part of the super family on every Friday. Whenever I add, as often as I can, at 3:00, right before Black Girl Podcasters, I do a special activation just for us. Just for us. It gets real fun. I get out the cards, I get out the candles. Okay. We talk about what it is we're trying to achieve, what is breaking our hearts. Thank you. And I do a special activation for us. We did an activation on what spiritual baths are once. We did an activation on the beginning of Aries season in spring and what that's going to mean for us. So I do something very special, a very special activation just for the family. Okay. That's what I do. It's me taking care of us, using tools and archetypes and things that I love to use in my personal life that have really, really, really helped me. So consider becoming a super fan member. I love and appreciate y'all so very much. Thank you for your support. Okay. So today we are talking about, who just reached level 16? Somebody gets a sticker. Y'all know I love a sticker. I'm finally learning how to use some of the stuff. So let me put it up here where we can see it, where we can see your sticker. Please, thank you for leveling up and please consider becoming a member of the super family. Yes, you're going to love it. So I want us to talk about it. I can't stand the blame game. And again, this is because of my blackness. This is me being like a black woman. I grew up in Southern Mississippi, y'all. I live in Northern California. So I know I come across like people see me and I'm like, yeah, I look exactly like a Marin County super mom in a lot of ways. But I'm a black woman from Southern Mississippi, 4 black grandparents. Solon. Okay. Ancestors go back, descended from our enslaved ancestors 5 6 generations. I know this because I married a historian. And as a black woman and as the eldest daughter, I was raised to pitch in, to figure it out. Sound familiar? Sound like black women voters? That's the way I was raised, to pitch the fuck in. We've been learning about black history and the civil rights movement. I went to black history programs, okay? Y'all know I'm deconstructed, but I grew up in the church in Mississippi. Our own little church was a little conservative, little black Presbyterian church, but my grandmother, and I went to my grandmother's church as much as I went to our little church, was Bethlehem Baptist Church. I was doing interpretive dances to Baldwin's The Creation from the time my mama put me in dance class. Okay. At the Black History program. Okay. We did the Bible Bowl and the Black History Bowl in my church. Okay. So as a black woman brought up in Southern Mississippi by wildly educated black parents, Jackson State, University of Southern Mississippi, grandparents, my dad's family went to Jackson State, all the aunts and uncles, and on my mom's side of the family, everybody went to Alcorn, with the exception of my mom. They started splintering off going to USM, but my grandmama and my granddaddy went to Alcorn State University. Okay, service and education was the way I was brought up. That was just the way that was. I was raised to pitch in like black women voters. I was raised to figure it out the way black women voters are always asked to do, to always make something out of nothing, knock on more doors, give more money, make more phone calls, drive souls to the polls. As a black woman, I was brought up to hold it together. Meanwhile, so if you're feeling crazy, black women, that's why. Meanwhile, we are surrounded in this nation, since Republicans have taken over this entire country, the government of this country, that they refuse to govern. They'll destroy, they'll exploit, they will rob, they will steal, but they refuse to govern. Come close, because they can't govern, because they're all mediocre and incompetent. They're all content creators. Oh, I'm putting that up on the chat. Sure will. Okay. You show that on the stream. All right. We are surrounded by ineffectual, incompetent, mediocre ass people. All of them, men and the women, and the women ought to be especially ashamed. I don't even say stuff like you ought to be ashamed, but I'm my grandmother's granddaughter. They ought to be ashamed. Always pointing the finger, always diverting, always lying, bold-faced lying to our face every day. That's why I don't watch KK Carolyn Levitt. I'll be damned if I'm gonna let a bitch with no lips sit up and lie to me. I'm not gonna watch that. I put up with that the first time around with Sarah Huckabee Sanders. That lying cockeyed heifer. Like, I'm not watching that again. Why would I do that? That's why black women, that's why we be getting sick. It's frustrating. It's static. It's nothing but bullshit and noise and lies. Okay. But there was a time when I would have, but the 92% movement, absolutely no lips, lipless. Lipless lion heifer. That's why she lie all the time, because she ain't got no lip. That's why she lying all the time. She ain't got no lips to shut her mouth up. I don't watch it. It literally makes you physically ill. Correct. You are on the right frequency. I'm telling you. They trying to keep us on channel 0. That's why Kendra said, "Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off." Okay. Hey, Miss Mom. Welcome on in. Hey, Renee. Renee UGC. Y'all come on in. Here's the truth. That's why, and I don't know if y'all were brought up the way I was brought up. Don't complain. And don't be like, you have to know what, like, and it's almost like you can't even tell the truth unless you're grown. Did you get to be a young woman, like just telling people about themselves? I didn't. We were brought up to like keep it cute and quiet. That's not for you to say. That's not a child's place, or it's not a young woman's place to say. Discernment, that sometimes they would lie and be like, discernment means shut up, don't say nothing, don't. And God forbid, if you want a man, don't be one of them I told you so bitches, because men don't like being told I told you so. They indicted him again? Oh my God. They are really suffering. Something's getting ready to come down. Something's getting ready to come down the hatch. Y'all's president did not like that 60-minute interview where he admitted to identifying himself as a PDF file and a rapist. He didn't like that. Somebody's gonna have to suffer. That's the way they do it. Y'all, let me pull this up. Oh, the lies. Where the news at? They indicted him again. They keep trying to indict him because they can't get nothing on Hillary and Barack. And the Justice Department, I think, refuses to do that. Let me see. Can I say something to James Comey? James, this is to James Comey. First of all, how you like seeing Cash Patel be in your old job? That's first of all, I want to know, girl. I'm right there with you, Nikki. I won't ever forget, James. You getting everything you deserve with your smug ass. I know your conscience. I know it. I know at some point you have begged for forgiveness for what you knew was fucked up or wrong with your sanctimonious ass. Now you get to suffer. I love seeing that man pay for the fact that I didn't get to show my daughters their first female president with Hillary Clinton. Yeah, sitting in the seat with his eyes bucked. Y'all saw him. My dad said, if you ever see somebody you can see all the way, my dad said, if you ever see a ninja where you can see all the way around the whites of their eyes, they crazy as a shithouse rat and back up immediately. Wubsy understands what I'm talking about. Girl, I liked Hillary's smart, boring ass. I'm sorry. Oh, that would have been the most boring presidency ever. It would have been wonderful. I loved all of her intelligence and her competence. Y'all can't say nothing bad about Hillary. I like Hillary. Hillary's smarter than Bill. Smarter than Bill. I like a smart woman. All right, I do. Hey, big sis, girl, how was your day going today? Yeah, you were a Hillary fan since you were a little girl. I loved her. I loved her when she was Secretary of State. She'd be sitting back looking like Anna Wintour with them glasses on. I loved Hillary. James, you're getting everything you deserve. This is wonderful. And they just draining him $250,000 at a time. And all of the best law firms he can't go to because some of the best law firms were already in the bag for the new administration. But before the new regime even got started, the Justice Department filed new criminal charges against James Comey, the former FBI director, on Tuesday. Comey was charged over a picture he posted on Insta. Comey was charged over a picture he posted on Instagram last year in which seashells were arranged to say 8647. CNN and the Associated Press reported. The post was taken as a threat to. Thank you, mama. Thank you. You know Big Sis likes the galaxy. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Big Sis likes those a lot. I really do, girl. Thank you. Aaron's been bringing the fire. Y'all go read Aaron's. I haven't read it yet, girl. I can't wait to read it. Y'all go read Aaron's latest article on Substack. Aaron is setting Substack on fire over there. Y'all put some flames in the chat for a picture, not with the AI queen in office, girl. He was charged over a picture. The post was taken as a threat. The number 86 can be used as shorthand for getting rid of something, and Trump is y'all. The justice, I'm sorry, he deserves it. What y'all want? What they want? That's why I'm not worried about what's gonna happen to Clay Thompson. Ooh, it's gonna come around, y'all. I don't mean to, y'all know I got a little, y'all know a little neurodivergent. I'll jump around a little bit. Have y'all seen these video spells that the little TikTok witches are putting on Clay Thompson? Girl, they sending the boo hag after him. They sending the Baba Good, what they the Baba Goop. They sending the Golem after him, girl. They sending all kind of video spells. Them spells looking crazy too. Those spells are gonna work. He better. His knees, his ankles, his hips, that upper back, that cervical spine. It looks horrible. They about to wear him out. Hey, Mimi B. He was charged with a picture. The Justice Department previously indicted Comey last year and charged him with lying. Ain't that about a bitch? This Justice Department suing somebody for lying. I done heard it all. These all Jake do is front and lie. Ocean said, "Oh well, oh well. I don't know what you want. You're getting what you deserved. What went around came back around. Chickens coming home. What did Malcolm say? Brother Malcolm say, chickens coming home to roost, bro. It could be said this is all your fault, James Comey. I'm just reporting the news. Lord, and they done fucked up the king's visit too. That's why they can't do nothing right. They incompetent. Lord, I love it. Just send out more bullshit. Just more bullshit, more lies. Lord, okay, and the soldier pleads not guilty to betting on Nicolas Maduro's ouster. Just the fish. Y'all ever heard that saying? The fish rots. The Italians gave it to us, right? The fish rots from the head. Hey, Gilberto. Girl, the visit is just a mess. One of the 92% just let me know. Girl, they put up the wrong flag. They put up the Australian flag because it's got a Union Jack on it because it was one of the colonies instead of the Union Jack. Prince Charles, they said they refused to even do, like, the way, because they were trying to avoid a Zelensky situation. So they couldn't even do that thing where the king sits here and the stunt queen sits here. And the king and the stunt queen, that's what we're gonna call this episode on YouTube. The king and the stunt queen. Oh my god, I'm getting older. Little things like that just delight my heart. So normally, y'all know how in the Oval Office they would have the stunt queen sitting over here. No, they would have the king sitting here and the stunt queen sitting over here, and they would take questions. They can't allow the king to suffer the indignities that a Zelensky would do, because we having fraught tensions and shit, like with the UK, because the UK said we're not coming to help you with the Straits of Hormuz. We're not sending the queen, not the king's navy. Our Royal Navy, we won't be doing that. We ain't even got minesweepers like that. We're not doing that. We're not helping y'all. The king don't want those questions about his brother either. Well done. Correct. I don't know how far in advance they do this, but the king got his own damn problems. I don't know if y'all saw that last picture of the royal family all together, the entire royal family. Now that my good Duchess, Megan Duchess of Sussex, and Harry ain't there. Oh, it's a dry, unseasoned piece of chicken. It's a sad picture. Do I have that picture? Y'all, I think I got that picture. Let me show y'all this picture. Y'all ain't never seen, when I tell you that picture is a sad photo of what he got to work with his family. He's got enough, because Andrew and then them ugly girl. I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to call the children ugly. I didn't mean to do that. That was an accident. I didn't mean to say that. But since Andrew's gone and they can't have nothing, no kind of scandal touching that. I didn't mean to say touching. That was a Freudian slip. That was a bad pun. I didn't mean to say that. Y'all forgive me for that. I didn't mean that. He's got his own PR mess there. He can't be over here. How can you something you can Google? Golden lady asks, how can you a very good question. See, this is what happens when you're used to the application of common sense and competence. Golden lady asks, how can you F up something that you can Google? Bring back DEI, girl. Yeah, these people don't deserve DEI. And when I tell you he's dealing with he dealing with his own problems with let me find that picture. It's just the saddest picture of the royal family. It is and it's sad because it's so old and infirm and dry and crusty. It's a sad ass photograph. It basically just shows the whole family. They all old as black pepper, right? They all old as Methuselah right now. It's no children running around. I don't have the picture, y'all. I thought I had the picture. I'm sorry. I did. I thought I had it teed up. It's so sad, y'all. When I tell you, when you look at that royal family, it is when you look at the family, the youngest people there is William and Kate. They the youngest ones there. I want to make sure. The youngest one there is like William and Kate, and they keep trying to make her look younger than she is. So they keep putting her in that long, twirly, curly hair, which just ages her. It just makes her look bad. It just makes her look bad. They stopped dressing her well. When Megan was gone, they ain't got nobody else to like copy fashion after. They have her in these dowdy ass clothes. When I tell you that that picture looks like poached chicken, it looks like a over not a jelly egg, it looks like an overcooked hard-boiled egg. Like when you boil an egg so hard, it gets that blue, that little blue-gray ring around the yolk of the egg, okay? It looks like a well-done hamburger is what that picture looks like. So he's already got problems. Yes, yeah, and they all inbred. That's why I'm like, British women, y'all need to stop. I was like, I don't know why y'all was dreaming of marrying into that family. They need some vigor and some Mary and Megan, like a little black biracial. That they needed that. They needed that bad. Yeah, oh yeah. William used to be a good looking young man. She did. She snatched all them look back. So the visit is going bad. They already couldn't even do they couldn't do the little presser in the Oval Office because he don't know how to act. He can't act right. He was raised in a barn. He ain't never had no home training. A guyliner can't be trusted to act right either. Yeah, and they got nobody to blame but themselves. Seriously, DM on a roll, girl. It's just the truth. I'm sorry, I am on one a bit today. I woke up annoyed with these hoes. Because they all sitting around. So I'm gonna tell y'all who deserves some blame this week, since they all and no home training. Just say yes, say whatever pops into his head. They ain't got no filter, no intellect, no book learning. They don't know what words mean. They don't know how to act. They don't know how to act in public. Ain't nobody ever slapped him really hard. Violence is wrong. Violence is wrong. Let me say, y'all know I worked in domestic violence. After I believe everybody should keep their hands to themselves. But you know how sometimes some people talk like they ain't never had their jaw rocked. You know what I'm saying? You know how some people you can tell ain't nobody ever hit them with like an open palm. No couthless. Correct, Aaron. Couthless. You know what I mean? They talk like ain't nobody ever snatched them or pinched them in church. You know how like when you said something stupid in front of grown people and somebody would pinch you or like snatch you by the back of your hair or by the back of that collar and like pull you out the room. And then after that, you learn how to let me be careful with what I say. Your boyfriend. Girl, you're right. They're gonna have people screaming, bring back DEI, screaming to bring back confidence, competence. It's a lot of people that need to take some blame. And the first people, this is how I got caught up in this today, y'all, on the YouTube. I be trying not to stay on the apps too much. I got on the tube that is you. Ooh, y'all. Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm trying to read. I'm trying to read like two chats. Y'all forgive me. Um, so there are a lot of people that deserve some blame, and I just want to get started by saying I'm gonna enjoy doing this because black women are not to blame for this. Oh, I was listening to, speaking of the goodness and the intelligence and beauty of black women, I was listening to Ketanji Brown speak the other day. It was like during it was during her part to like ask the lawyers questions. It was over y'all stunt queen in chief and the kind of immunity he wants and his actions as a private citizen versus his public work as a president. Her intelligence, you could tell even the way she was having to respond and break down questions and get answers. She did it so cheerfully and so patiently, just having to just scale down the language so this dumb motherfucker could like answer the question and understand what it was she was saying. I was like, black women, we we deserve all of the things. We deserve all the awards. Thank goodness for us. Thank goodness Joe got her on the bench. We needed her. Like the competence, the beauty, the intelligence, it was almost overwhelming. Yeah, he's made almost all of his works, his presidential works. Exactly. She's such a breath of fresh air. I was like, hallelujah. Thank goodness. At least we got her. But there are a lot of people that need to catch some blame for where we are in a micro way and in a big way. And in a big way, this morning, y'all, I was listening to the tube that was you, and there were some white men that I used to listen to. Stuart Stevens, Rick Wilson, and Jim Acosta. Those were three white men. I used to listen to him. I'm like, okay, Jim Acosta, come on. Jim used to take it to him in the first administration. I'll listen to him. He got fired for standing 10 toes down. I don't really, Jim was about to fight somebody at the damn Substack party. That's what they said at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. I got a lot of finger pointing and a lot of I told you so and blaming of a lot of journalists like right now. So I'm listening to them and they're talking about what happened to the Republican Party. How did this happen? How did we get here? And they were saying shit. They titled it something noble and shit like what happens when you let weak men lead your party? And they were like, and see what happened was, thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Dawn. I love presents, y'all. Thank you. I appreciate that. And so they were going down this road, and I was like, Rick Wilson, you gonna sit up there with your shining bald head, looking like Santa Claus' second cousin, and not tell the truth about how y'all party got there? And they kept talking and they kept talking, and the weak men, and what happened was the strong men. And I was like, with y'all's lying asses, still deceiving y'all's asses, and got the nerve to sit in front of mics on the tube that is you. Thank you, everything, Aaron Ashley. Speaking of which, I'm gonna put this mic up. We need more black women on the mic. We need more black women on mic. And I was like, and y'all got the nerve to turn on y'all's mics and with a straight face sit up there and facilitate a conversation. Like, well, the strong members and who was the strong? I was like, y'all are a lie. And the truth ain't in you. The reason, and so let me clarify to Rick Wilson, Jim Acosta, and fucking Stuart Stevens. I think Stuart Stevens is from Mississippi. I could be wrong about that. The reason y'all are where y'all are is, first of all, as a party, y'all turned yourselves into a different Republican Party after Lyndon Baines Johnson and was it the Voting Rights Act, and y'all turned into something different. You turned yourselves into the Republican Party and you turned yourself into Team White folks. That's what you turn yourself into. And in order to get the numbers that you needed, because there are fewer than y'all than the rest of us, that's why they always making voting difficult. That's why they'll do anything to like get in the way of as many people getting to vote as possible. It's why they're against mail-in ballots. Because there's more of us than them, and they will spend their time and their energy making it difficult for us to vote. I was like, but you hoes know the reason that we are where we are right now is because you welcomed in racists into your party and you made them feel welcome. You tried to keep them like a little redheaded stepchild in the back for a few years, but then you messed around and you got yourself Rush Limbaugh on AM radio for 2 decades spouting this stuff, just feeding, making racist and sexist. And turns out, because Rush Limbaugh, y'all know his ass got busted going down to the DR. He got busted with all of his drugs and his sex tourism down at the Dominican Republic. He got busted. You're welcomed into all that depravity. You're welcomed in all that racism to up your numbers in your party so y'all can get people to turn out. You're welcomed in the Christo fascists. You started lying, calling yourself like the party of family values. Got Reagan up there making it seem like it's all respectable to be a Republican. It's just good sense. And if you're smart financially, and we're the turns out at the whole time, Nancy Reagan, they call her the throat goat in Hollywood back when you was in Hollywood. All lies, just lies, obscenity, and perversion. But you dress it up and you put it out there like you're the big gipper, like y'all are something to look at. That's true. I didn't make that up. That's the truth. They literally called her the throat goat, but lying to us, talking about family values. So you welcome all that shit in, and you welcome in the Krista fascists and the Tammy Faye Baker, and they're like, and all of them, and you start aligning like Christianity with white supremacy. So we get this kind of fucked up Christo fascism. You welcome all them crazy folks in to your party so you can get the numbers. And then, so what's their job? Their job is to crank out those third rail issues, the cultural issues, demonizing like LBGTQ, right? Trans issue, like stuff that like affects like 1.5% of the population. You make you welcome in the crazy anti-abortion people and make that an issue, which has an extra benefit of keeping women under your thumb and getting women out of the workplace and making women more vulnerable. And making sure there's just a never-ending stream of unwanted children, and keeping children in poverty also makes it easier for y'all to snatch them off the fucking street and like wrangle them into and traffic them. That's how, okay, so Stuart Stevens, Rick Wilson, Jim Acosta, that's how your party got here. That's how we got here. Sitting up on Beyonce's internet lying. Strong men, and what we let no. You just let the worst people into the party, and they like the taste of power, and they took over. You put people through a time machine so that they forget every last girl. Thank y'all so much for the gifts. Thank you for the gloves. See, this is why we need. See, this is the news that Black women need. Am I correct? We don't need Jim Acosta and Rick Wilson. No, we just need to strain plain truth from Black women and Black men that remember. The main Darian, Arthur Myron. Yeah, we remember. We Gen X. We know. We political nerds. We know. We've been paying attention the whole time. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. So that's who deserves the blame. They got me in my feelings this morning. I got very, very, very angry. Y'all, thank you for getting us to. We're forgetting to tap. Let's keep tapping. I appreciate y'all's generosity, Dale. I'm trying to get my tapper going, y'all. I'm a little annoyed. I don't know why it's not working. Normally, I have to turn. Sorry. Normally, I have to turn it on and off and like do all this crazy stuff. So I'm so sorry, but we do need to get to 100K likes. We're gonna. The app gods don't like it when we don't keep the room, don't keep those likes going. I try to help us like with my tapper. So y'all, that's what got Big Sis on this morning. Thank you all for the stickers. I appreciate it. I really do. Now we're going. Yay. It only took me starting my iPad 5 times. Thank you all so much for the tapping. I appreciate it. Y'all, I do. I really do. So that's why we need more Black women on the mic. We don't need Rick Wilson on the mic. Get this mic. It's a great one. We need us delivering the news. We need us doing the commentary because we the only ones that's going to tell the damn truth. Oh, thank you, Golden Lady over there. Let me put that in the chat. Golden Lady says, thank you. And this is partly why the birth rate is at an all-time low. Nobody wants to put their babies in this mess. Correct. Why would we want to bring children into that? Why would we do this? These Republicans do this every time. They don't want to govern. They want to destroy. Girl, don't even worry about it. Do the best you can. Just do give me one of them. Just tap with your fingers so the confetti falls. That's great. Perfect. And thank you all for sharing out the like. I would love to see us get over 100 people into the room. I would appreciate it. So you all, thank you. Thank you for doing a power share. Touch my nose, touch my cheek, touch my face. Thank you for sharing out the live and get ready to get on the mic. Please. Please get on the mic. Start talking. We need to talk. Otherwise, these motherfuckers are gonna lie and paper over like they do every time. Thank you, Crystal. We're gonna light it up in here. We're gonna shine some harsh sunshine and daylight into here. Okay? Today we're gonna tell some truth. They may be lying to us out there with these lies out there, but we're not gonna do that in here. We're telling the truth, and they got under my under my nerves today. So I'm gonna say who, like, yeah, who is to blame. And this is gonna be one of the last things I say. This is gonna be one of the last things I say about the White House Correspondents' Dinner and that shooting that happened. And this goes directly to the journalists. Okay. This is going directly to the journalists there, and especially the Black journalists. I ain't never been mad at April Ryan a day in my life. I've always liked April Ryan. I did not like the way she was treated in the first half of this horrible regime that we are dealing with in 2016. They treated her so bad in that White House press briefing room. But when she was like justifying why she was going, come to find out, and there's Simone Sanders, Don Lemon. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I ain't never liked Don. I've been trying to be nice about it. I've been trying to be Miss Black respectability and not say nothing about it. I'm gonna unpin that real quick. I've been trying not to stay. Yes, staged. Do y'all know that the word staged was Google's most typed in word after that? And they real upset at the White House, and that's why they run around like chickens with their head cut off. They real upset about it at the White House because even their own people don't buy this shit, and they're starting to get it. They're starting to see it. Did y'all see the stunt queen in chief in that picture of Stephen Miller clutching his wife boobs for reasons I don't understand, pushing her out with the Secret Service behind him? Y'all see that picture of the stunt queen in chief standing behind the curtain looking like this? Looking at all the chaos and the madness. Why would they do that? Why would the Secret Service have him anywhere near in the building? Why wasn't he shuttled out of the building immediately? Did y'all see that? And then he get on 60 Minutes lying, talking about, oh, well, I wanted to see what was going on. Like, we haven't all been watching the Secret Service operate our entire lives. Like, we all haven't, at least those of us that are intelligent enough to watch West Wing and remember. Y'all know the nation is too stupid for a show like West Wing now. Y'all know that, right? Make your children watch the West Wing. The rest of the nation is too stupid to watch it. We couldn't have a West Wing again. Writing's too intelligent. Yeah, I don't know that I blame the babies. I don't know that I blame them for not wanting children. I was one of those children. Y'all know sometimes we're born, our parents especially. Woo, Gen X, I'm telling y'all. A lot of our moms had children in situations they didn't want to. They in horrible circumstances. So I'm a big fan of take care of yourself, sweetheart. Know yourself first. And you need resources and support and a village to raise the children. And honestly, I think you ought to be able to do it without a village because you can't count on the village because grandma is still working as a greeter at fucking Walmart. That's how bad the economy is. Aunt Josephine can't help you watch the baby because she got to take a third shift. I'm telling you. Let me catch these. Can't count on the village. No. And also, don't our parents deserve to rest? Really? Like, I'm serious. I want us to, if there's a woman my age that made it to my age and them kids at the house and she finally get to rest, I want that for her. I do. I'm sorry. And if that's what she wants, she gets to have that. I believe that. Black women get to have at least a decade of their life. They get to at least we get to have our own lives. It's too many of us broken and traumatized because we were brought up to believe that no, you don't ever get to have your own life. It's all about your mama and it's about Big Mama and it's about helping out Aunt Jackie. And if you do get a little bit of money, how come you're not helping and supporting the family? Yeah, I don't blame them. It's their life. And I agree with their reasons. Me too. I also don't trust a bitch. I don't trust a woman with children that's saying you need to have some kids when you're going to have some babies. You can't never be. I don't trust that bitch. I don't trust her. I'm a mom. I love them girls to death. You know, mama, we lay out in traffic for them. They annoy us and drive us crazy. I would do anything for them. But this life ain't for everybody. And I tell people all the time, even with money and a loving, supportive spouse like I got upstairs, shit is still hard. It's very hard. That man loves me. He loves those children. There's plenty of money. He literally retired early because his own dad died when he was 10. He loves those girls. He loves me. There's enough resources. There's love in this house. There are some times I want to pull my hair out. There are some times I will go in that closet and scream. There are times when you can't even enjoy your own successes or wins because they going through a heartbreak. That's why this Megan Thee Stallion shit hurt me so bad. If you ever been a mom, like everything is going great, and then some little fool breaks their heart. Now I gotta turn him into a goat, or some other little girl does or says something. I'm like, now I gotta put her ass in a jar. I'm in charge. I don't be making a lot of cookies and cupcakes and shit no more because I'm the one preying on my children, the downfall of their enemies. And my husband. It's hard. It's not easy. D. Kelly says, I hurt my mom's feeling when I said at 16 I didn't want kids. She took it personally. Yeah. Thank you for bringing receipts. We're tired of all the gaslighting, the BS. Yeah, we need rest. People's mama's my own mama. I'm like, she gets to sit down. I love my moody Scorpio, but if I could do it all, like, ooh, girl. Yes. And that is our right that we get to do. Some of us even some people even bamboozled us into having children. Even Michelle says she ain't like Barack for a decade after becoming a mom. Don't blame her. So that's how I feel about that. But you were absolutely correct and about the birth rate being late. And they got on Fox News. Y'all remember it? It was on TikTok. It was all over everything. They got on Fox News. They got on Fox News talking about we're having a real problem with the birth rate. There's not enough 15 to 19-year-olds. Oh my God. Out of respect for the scary Scorpio and the lanky Libra, I'm not going to tell y'all some of the, actually, the scary Scorpio almost never gets herself into bullshit. She's Virgo ascendant. She is not going to be out here fucking up her own reputation. But ooh, that Libra boy, she is fun loving and she can be very thoughtless. Like as a child, she's girl. So I be telling them all the time. I'm like, y'all know y'all ain't got to do this, right? I told y'all, like, I be counseling with their boyfriends. I'm like, today is a great time to break up with Jonathan. Today is an excellent day to break up, just to practice. I be telling them, y'all ain't got to do this shit. Y'all only got to do this. It's options out here, girl. One of the happiest families I've ever seen is a woman that's a doctor without borders. She adopted a little girl from like Ethiopia, and they travel around the world on that boat, inoculating children and saving and doing and being on the smile train. They travel around the world. She's being a that's her. That's her. That's her. It's one of my favorite cards. Did I leave it up here? The 10 of Cups, happily ever after. What your family looks like. Your family can look very. Your family ain't got to look like some kind of Hallmark card. And we need to be able to let these children know that. Folks mad because I'm teaching my daughter, yeah, MO, but yep, minding our business, pun completely unintended. Correct. Yeah, they're not even trying to hide anymore. They want these children barefoot and pregnant. They want I be trying to tell white women, I'm like, y'all the ones that need to be scared. They have fucked around and given black women Canva and Chat GPT. We got free digital servants. Black women, y'all never should have fucked around and let us have community online. We not going back, but y'all ain't never been there. But white women ain't never been there in the first place. And the Latinas and the Asian women that think they white and think they gonna be assimilated and we'll be all right. The rest of y'all I don't know about. And again, let me make it abundantly clear: the one group of people, at least on this list, that ain't got nothing to do with this and can't absorb any blame for this shit is black women. Now that's Candace Owens and Diamond and Silk, or just Silk, because I think one of them is no longer with it. That's them over there. But yeah, y'all, we are not to blame for this. It's a lot of people to blame. Okay. Yeah, volunteering for victimhood, money over bitch. Yes. We they want, yeah, the PDF girls legally. Have y'all, when y'all be watching the cult documentaries, do we not see a theme? See again, 92%. What are those gifts that we have as black women? Perception, psychic perception, intellect, discernment, and pattern recognition. What do we see in every single cult documentary? Ultimately, the cult leader needs what? More than one wife, somebody else's wife, somebody else's daughter, multiple wives. Now girls can start marrying the cult leader. That's all it's about. Their desire and predilection for children. That is why we see these trends of hairlessness. They want, even Asian women talk about this. The reason they're fetishized is because in a lot of ways they look like children naked. That's Asian women. I didn't even know that. Asian TikTok showed me that. That is what we see. And now that that man is in office, and good for Katie Fang for suing the Department of Justice to get this information. Mormon recruitment and law enforcement is a stat. Yes. Y'all watch any of the movies? Y'all know I used to live in Utah. Watch HBO's Big Love. We used to live in Park City, Utah, and Coach Dad used to work in Provo, Utah. It's all real. It's all taking place right now. I'm telling y'all. Seriously. I'm just telling y'all. Mhm. Yeah, nobody's escaping. And the boys, they're even more rare. Oh, when they traffic the boys into the Sasha Riley, y'all read his testimony and listened to those interviews. Yeah, sister recruitment media. You know who else apparently really dominates? People that put their children on the internet, like family content, baby content. You know who Coach Dad just told me this. He was reading about it in The Economist and he showed it to me. The Mormons, the LDS, they notorious for that shit, for putting their children on content. Y'all notice how many times have y'all seen the scary Scorpio's face or the lanky Libra's face? And the lanky Libra is a whole adult, 22. Them Gideon Bibles and every hell, yeah. Yeah, looking at you, Nara. I know. Ooh, Nara had me duped. I had no idea, girl. I just like seeing a black woman make pastry and Chanel. I didn't know what the fuck was behind that. I got that shit off my timeline so fast. Ballerina Farm, all of them. Woo! They sure do. Y'all just speaking just truth down here. Yeah, I don't want to do that, but each their own. I was watching it for the plot. The girls turned me on to it. I got bad vibes from Nara out the gate. I thought she was just, I didn't know. You know what I mean? I'm like 53. I didn't know what I was watching. I thought I was just watching a bad bitch and Chanel like make shit I was never gonna eat or was like never gonna do. And Lord knows I got the time to do it. But the second I found that out, I was like, yep, nope, sorry. On to the next. We don't need this shit. We do not need this. And can I finally say, y'all, because I'm really just pointing a lot of fingers today. I got a little angry today at everybody pointing fingers and lying about why we got here. Okay. And a lot of the reason we got here and the reason where we are, the reason we are where we are as a nation, okay, the press is complicit in a lot of this. And this has been the second or third day of these journalists that were there. And I'm bringing it up because I'm really annoyed with the black journalists. I really am. The Don Lemon, the Simone Sanders. I've always liked Simone Sanders, even though could never stand Bernie Sanders or his Bernie Bros or his ilk. That was the beginning of my dislike for leftists, and I'm being polite by saying dislike. Also, leftists, you have no power here. You have no power over black women anymore. Y'all are not gonna be Jedi mind tricking us and we're playing on our emotions. After what Klay Thompson just did to Megan, y'all gonna find out pretty soon. Black women, once we disconnect from being emotionally manipulated, oh, it's cold as fuck out there. It's about to be cold as ice out there for y'all. Once black women shut you out of our heart, oh, it's about to be awful. Me too. I realized she was doing a clothing, cosmetic advertising via license. Yes, they said Clay's profile looked like PBS logo. They never should have told me that. I will never look at the PBS logo ever again. They wearing Klay Thompson out. The hag gonna be riding him for the next 3 months. They said he's getting ready to start coughing, y'all. They say they done bought up all the cows' tongues out the butchers and the bodegas. That's what they saying. Nina's who work for Bernie. Oh God, don't even get me started. Girl, Halicue. Girl, when I saw that, I was like, how y'all even come up with that stuff? Somebody said Klay Thompson looks like the Tiki Lodge, like the Tiki statue that looks like the Easter Island statue with the door. Is it SpongeBob's house? It's so cold. Not a ninja my DM that was mad at the duet I did with Aaron. Oh, they can get over it. It's about to be. When I tell you, when somebody like me is about to get ice cold, I'm telling y'all, I can. Black women are getting to where we can slice you out of anything. It's about to get cold AF out here. That was Squidward's house. Clay, it's about to, ooh, Clay. Turns out everybody thought you were ugly, bro. Winter is coming. Thank you, Wakanda Songbird. Winter is absolutely coming in the North, i.e., black women, remember. Okay? We remember. Your grandma told me I cut. They laying us off like crazy. They are. Winter is coming. Yeah, we're listen. I ain't never met a black woman that didn't have a sense of humor. I truly have never met a black woman that have a sense of humor, but we getting ready to be real decisive about turning off our warmth and love and emotions. Wasn't even relevant. So sure. Not sure about Simone. This is where I got upset. Watch us tap the fuck in. It's true. We only tolerated him. Now we hate him. Yeah, that man is literally universally hated. Man, and we messed around and saw Megan with her little up on the stage. Can somebody, here's a question before we get back to the media. Who is Megan's mom, auntie like figure? Please let somebody be taking care of her. Oh, Beyonce, have you invited her to the house and just put her up in the guest house? Are y'all making like teas and cooking for her? Are y'all taking care of her? Y'all going to the spa with her? Are y'all taking her? Like, y'all got her at the house? In my mind, what I would like to see is all of Destiny Childs just come to Beyonce's house and set up in the guest house and just taking care of Megan. Just letting her be out by the pool crying. Let the kids be playing around her, crying, like her crying on the deck in the sunshine, and y'all just bringing her food and talking. That's what I hope is happening right now. I really do. I know, girl. She's quitting the Broadway show. I volunteer as tribute. Oh no. But that's what she should do. She deserves to take a rest. How many black women, how many of us mamas went through something crazy? Daddy was acting crazy and then she stayed with daddy and then had to get up and go to work on Monday. Good. I'm glad she's resting. I'm glad she's resting. Girl, and I feel you on the Beyonce thing because Coach Dad ain't never forgiven Beyonce for Jay-Z. I was just watching Lemonade again last night and had turned that shit off. Especially when she starts reading the poetry. I tried to make a home out of you. I was like, this is too much. It's too much. It's too much for Big Sis. I got to turn this off. Yeah, I'm glad if she's taking her rest rubs. Yeah, that shit is hard. We about y'all seen your mamas and your sisters and shit have to go to work the next day. Yeah, it's not gonna go well. It's not gonna go well. It's all coming back. Like they're putting some of the nastiest spells I've ever seen anybody cast on anybody on him. You can't have this many women mad at you. The little white witches mad at him. The Etsy witches are making money like a motherfucker. Like I'm telling you, if you are Etsy rich right now, you making money. Forgive my language. I didn't mean to say that. We got to start sending invoice and deleting people from our memories. Correct. You can do it. Y'all please follow her divine alchemy. She taught me how to do it. She taught me how to do it. And I need not say more on that. These people ain't got to be in your timeline. You can completely collapse that timeline and be done with these people. And they could be people that's around you that you see. Okay. So I was saying another reason we got here is because of the media. Media's been complicit, they've been taken over. There was a time, children, when news desks of a station, the news like of CBS, like CBS News, NBC News, ABC News, there were no requirements that they turn a private profit. This was a long time ago. This was decades ago, but there was a time when a news department, news division did not turn a profit. They changed that, and things after 9/11, we began to have 24-hour news, chyrons. They could sell advertising. It's been a downward slope ever since. One of the main reasons we are, and it all culminates in that White House Correspondents' Dinner and what happened on Saturday night. How many days has it been? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. All right, it's been 3 days, and this journalist still on here whining, mad at us. Some of them black, like Don Lemon, Simone Sanders. Like, we can't believe you all think that this is why that you think that this was staged or this was fault. Not concerned with no journalism, not concerned with they weren't concerned with covering the story, getting their phones out, telling us what was going on. What did they observe? Even to the end, no, they wanted their damn nerd prom. They wanted to put on their pretty dresses. They wanted to hobnob. They still acting like things that are what they used to be. Everybody is soul they soul. Didn't nobody really want to be a journalist? They just wanted to be on TV. Didn't nobody really want to uncover any information or do the way they did during like Watergate, the Vietnam War? Ain't nobody interested in that. Ain't nobody interested in telling the American people the truth. People are just interested in both siderism and clicks and likes and becoming celebrities and making their own content. Y'all notice they all got their little show over here. They all got their little podcast. That's all people want. That's all they want. Yes, I agree. If the media would have, yes, line lady, if the media would have covered Trump like the con man he is, we wouldn't be here today. That's so correct, Bashan. If I was the president with this many assassination attempts, the whole Secret Service would be fired. No good sense, no common sense. Everybody's incompetent. The man, the man has never really built a company, or actually he just likes sycophants around him. That's what the cabinet is, the liquor cabinet. If the media would have covered Trump like that, yes, that is so true. I thought Don went to be petty since they arrested him. Don wants to put on a cute suit and turn up. Let's not act like Don don't like the limelight and don't like the attention. It comes across. It's one of the reasons I don't like him. He's a much more celebrity than he is a journalist. And I'm old school. I feel like you shouldn't even know what journalists look like. Maggie Haberman, I curse your name. She was the arc. I feel like she's been one of the architects of access journalism. It's about like just knowing someone is a horrible person but compromising your values, sitting on information, putting the emphasis on the wrong syllables. Jake Tapper, where is your book about the stunt queen in chief falling asleep at press conferences? Nobody's saying nothing. Nobody calling him on that, letting him just lie and y'all sit there. Even at the 60 Minutes interview with what's her name on Sunday, he just sat up there and told a big lie talking about the BBC. You know, they used AI on my speech. Y'all know the Sun Queen and Chief sued BBC. That's a lie. That's a falsehood. They didn't use AI. They just recorded what he said and they talked about it in the documentary. And now he's suing them. They shouldn't have been there. That man has been insulting them since he entered the campaign trail. He's been insulting the media. That's all he does. Oh, you're a shit paper. Nobody reads your paper. You're the failing New York Times. When somebody gives him a question, and that he's a troll. He literally trolls them. He trolls them. He stops them because they're so insulted and so shocked they can't keep asking questions. See, that's a skill that a journalist is supposed to have. To not get deterred, to keep answering a question. It's supposed to be a part of the expertise. If you big enough to have a camera on you and you big enough to be holding a mic that says NBC, CNN, MS Now, or whatever the fuck it is, PBS, you supposed to be able to just keep on asking questions till you get to the answer. You supposed to drive them crazy. You supposed to stymie them, but oh no, they shouldn't have been there. That man has been insulting them from the moment he stepped on the campaign trail, and they went along with it. Why? Because they were getting the ratings, they were getting the views. He was good for business. Oh, thank you, Phoebe, about the royal blue. Yeah, and they keep telling us that, yeah, not protecting children is not a deal breaker. Can you believe this? Can y'all believe it? Of course, we can believe it. We're Black women. We're the 92%. They shouldn't have been there. They should have known something was up when his bitch ass said he was going to show up and give a speech. They should have known something's up because they know he's thin-skinned and he can't stand any kind of critique. It's not about the cabinet or about the president. It's supposed to be about celebrating journalism and freedom of the press and the importance of that to a democracy. That's what it's supposed to be like, not where you go to get your picture took and to be where all the action is. Shame on y'all nerds. I'm a nerd. I'm a Black girl nerd from way back. Shame on y'all. Because is it nerdy if it's the cool place to be? Do you understand what I'm saying? They shouldn't have been there. Why would you attend an event hosted by somebody that consistently mocks, attacks, and disrespects your whole profession, especially Black journalists? I'm disappointed. And talking to me about it's real because I was scared. Grow up. I have zero sympathy for fear. That's why we're here. I have no sympathy for fear that comes out of participating in this man's stunts. If he was gonna be there, y'all should have known this, whatever it was not gonna be to honor you. The main party was hosted by Grinder. That's where Don Lemon's ass was at the Grinder party. Hey, Dr. J. Nothing about that was designed to honor you, or forget honoring you, honoring journalism. That dinner is supposed to represent integrity and journalism. Instead, it became theater and y'all played the fuck along. And here and we're supposed to forgive my language. I know there's some saints in here. And I'm supposed to, oh, let's not call it a hoax or spectacle. That's what I'm calling it. And then they did a they did a press conference right after it. Peaks Hegseth, Keg's breath gone. I know he was gone. I know he was drunk. I can't wait to see these shenanigans. There's never a worse time. I have addiction in my family, y'all. Y'all know I'm a boring non-drinker. Me and my sister Andy, we're Kelly sober. We don't drink. There is nothing worse than when somebody that has a serious problem with addiction, especially alcohol, has been called on it and accused in front of people. Now they gotta hide it. We gonna see some crazy shit from Cash Patel and Pete Hexa. Now that they gotta hide it and they gotta try to show that they sober every day, it's about to get crazy. It's about to get real bad. But Sean says, "How do you know it was a hoax when they all got to when all they got out of the incident was the ballroom?" I don't think I understand that exactly. If that man's still eating, oh my gosh, y'all, but they saying now the man still eating was like AI or some shit. Yeah, like I don't do the drinking, but they still and no, yeah, I mean some people don't have a problem with it, and it's not. I mean because of my brain chemistry and complex PTSD, man, I just can't. Got to leave it alone. Um, if people, yeah, her Divine Alchemy said if people are still eating during an active, then it ain't real. Exactly. I've been through an active shooter situation. It's ain't nobody eating your ass. Is hiding behind bulletproof metal. How you know it was a hoax was yeah. All I'm saying is the y'all stunt queen in chief was caught standing. He admitted to it. He copped to it that he was standing behind the curtain watching, laughing. They thought it was gonna work. That's why they mad because ain't nobody buying it. Okay. So I'm tired of it. Oh, okay. So they're real. Okay, because I saw something today that was like, I was like, what was it? AI? All right, good. Girl, it's hilarious. Him literally eating a chicken bone. So I'm not buying that. And so since I'm pointing the finger of blame, because I think black women we need to get used to telling people I told you so and telling them the truth as everybody is like trying to reshuffle and figure out how we got here and is talking about like I regret my vote. Oh my God. That's one of the ways we got here. That's one of the ways we got here. Thank you. Black women, for the most part, are smart. There's not a lot of us that are dumb. Seriously, I have no patience for this at all. I blame all of them. Hey, Charlie, thank you for your daily heart me. I blame all of them for that. And they going to catch this accountability. And now what do we have? Now what do we got? We have them, the administration, now they scrambling. Everything is still effed up. Everything is still effed up with this war or whatever. Iran, the main person they were negotiating with, thank you, Sable Muse. Iran is in Russia with Putin, who I think set this man up as an asset of Russia years ago. I'm positive. This allegedly. I believe y'all's snake-eyed Slovenian titty model is a whole sparrow, a honeypot that was set up to control that sentient sack of pig guts. So now Iran and their leadership or their negotiator is over in Russia with Putin on the day the king's visiting the stunt queen. Okay, the king is speaking. We're gonna see if the king got something to say. That's what she is, Mimi B. Come on now. This is the 92%. This is where we tell the truth. The HOTUS, y'all so-called first lady. Thank you, Wakanda Songbird. Y'all, and this bitch still complaining. Y'all know this bitch. We talked about this yesterday. I don't mean to call women bitches, but it is what it is. This bitch is a whole, what they used to say on the Real Housewives of New Jersey, she's a prostitute whore. This bitch, and she's also complicit too. She's a birther. She's been along this whole thing. She is a snake-eyed Slovenian fembot who ain't never met a ugly hat this bitch didn't like. Supposed to be a model. Can't give us no fashions. I was like, the bitch that don't even give us no makeup, hair, or fashions. Useless. What the fuck is a first lady that can't give us no fashions? Laura Bush wasn't the best. Michelle stayed giving us fashions. Oh, there's nothing more wonderful than an accomplished, intelligent black woman give you fashions too. Sometimes I would see Michelle and I just want to pass out. She was so fine. Sometimes Barack would be standing next to her, like, just look at her shoulder. I could bite her shoulder right now. Whoo! Can't even give us no fashions. I'm gonna show you. Oh, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna put that ugly ass picture of her in that hat up. I'm gonna make a video about it. Yes, I believe it, Phoebe. Y'all know Coach Dad don't like me. Don't like me. Y'all know Coach Dad don't like me on here with conspiracy theories. But my goodness, God, the conspiracy theorists are getting a lot of guessing right. And now here they go. So here she is still talking about fire Jimmy Kimmel because he get up there and just tell the truth. He said she looked at like an expectant widow. That shit was funny. He's a comedian. None of them. That's another thing. That's how you know somebody is not a truly. To me, I don't think you can be a smart person and like an intelligent person and not have a sense of humor. My Venus is in Gemini. Thank you, the Aligned Soul. If you don't have a sense of humor, thank you. If you don't have a sense of humor, I think something's off with you and I don't want to be around you. You're not really my kind of intellectual. If you don't have at least a sense of humor, I have an issue with you. I think there's a part of you that's slightly less human. I'm just saying. And none of these hoes have a sense of humor. You notice there ain't no great comedians that are conservative. Y'all ever notice that? Yeah, you got to be able to laugh. It's something missing out of them. I think it's because they soulless. By the time you get to that level and you're that venal and that obscene, they're soulless. Yeah, they do. They all have a teeny bit of truth in them. And you know, these countries had them others do us right. Yeah, I believe these countries, I believe some of these other intelligence agencies and places have all the information. Yeah, like they're just it's empty. You know how the kids call them NPCs? And here she is still talking about like ABC must take stand on a Jimmy Kimmel. Bitch can't open her eyes. Must take a stand on Jimmy Kimmel. I wonder why she wear them ugly hats all the way down here. I showed y'all that ugly ass hat she had on. I'm gonna show y'all again. This bitch ain't never seen a ugly hat that she didn't like. Look at this, just two side pieces, just two old hatchet face, old haggard ass, no fashions, having no looks, no excitement, no panache, no intelligence. We got a whole Devil Wears Prada 2 coming out. Look at this. Look at these sad, fucked up fashions. Look at that hat. She's like, I'm gonna wear a schoolboy, 1930 something schoolboy. Who told her that looked good? Bitch can't even give us fashions. Oh, she's useless. Can't stand that bitch. Exactly. Party City costume hat. Siri, find me. Siri, I'd like a Great Gatsby straw hat, please. The Kang and his side piece are coming to dinner. Is that what she's trying to do? Be Julie Roberts and Pretty Woman? She does. Accurate. Please put some 100% in the chat for that. That's the most accurate shit I've heard in a second. Bitch look just like Natasha from Boris and Natasha and Bullwinkle and Rocky. Well said, well played, accurate, 100%. Y'all put some 100% in the chat. Can't stand her. I wish she would shut the fuck up. The least you can do is be quiet. Can't talk. I ain't never seen somebody that can't talk and love to have her mouth open as much as that one does. I ain't never seen somebody that can't read, that they be putting a book in front of her face, have her just stuttering and stumbling. And now this administration, Nikki, you know I'm telling the truth. And now this morning, all the blame game, the scrambling, trying to figure out who to fire, who to blame, because that's all the stunt queen in chief know how to do. That's the only success he's ever had is on that show, pretending to fire people. She's been in this country and had access to elocution and can't speak. Be best. Exactly. Whoopsie, girl. I'm glad we aligned on this. Right, hush. Why is she talking? Trying to distract. She's also talking because she know her tea is getting ready to get spilled. They trying to figure out how to get money to pay off Ungaro in a settlement. I think that's one of the reasons they're talking about trying to get taxpayer. And that was another. Now they out here saying that taxpayers, it was going to be all donations that funded this ballroom bunker. Now he's on TV because they be trying shit on for size. They be putting shit out there just to see how people gonna react. Now they're saying they sent Miss Lindsay out there, and I don't mean to be. Y'all don't cancel me. Y'all, I like this little Metacube collagen stick. They're not gonna stress me out. Y'all not gonna fuck up my collagen production. I be drinking too much, and that's on Black Girl Vitamins. Miss Lindsay Duck walked her ass out in front of the cameras talking about, oh, the y'all get your black girl vitamins, chlorophyll water. Okay. They're trying to have us out here musty and crusty. Okay. Not gonna happen. Not on my watch. Whew. Ooh, they be trying to stress me out. And Miss Lindsay come out there talking about the American people would be happy to pay 400 million. It used to be 200 million. Now 400 million for this ballroom. Mm-mm. Lady Graham. Oh my stars. Lindsay walking around damn Disney World twirling a wand. Lindsay, what was your bitch ass doing at Disney World by yourself? Yeah, tore for nothing. Lady G, that's it. The lies, the lies, the lies. Y'all, if I missed a comment. Phoebe says, of course, DJT immediately pivoted to threatening reparations for white people to be paid by blacks. That's hilarious. Lord have mercy. Thank you, Wubsy 2.0. I knew something was under it. Yeah, girl, this is a whole bunker. I mean, there was already a bunker under the White House anyway, but mm-mm, mm-mm. No. And now they scrambling. What are we gonna do? Who are we gonna fire? Trying to manage the illusion that they're doing something, that they're being effective. Arguing over security designation. Y'all know Mark Wayne Mullen is dumb as a sack of rocks. I don't even know what to say about Susie Wiles. I don't know what to say about a woman that would have shit to do with the Republican Party. I feel like somebody like her is beneath my contempt. Cash is probably next. That's one of the only good things about seeing James Comey be indicted. I love thinking about what James Comey must be going through. Hey, Luna. I love thinking about what James Comey must be going through and thinking about seeing Cash Patel in his old job. Ooh, it makes me feel good. Smug ass. I love it. All the women in the cabinet, they're all going first. Coach Dad brought that up. He goes, what do you notice? I'm like, it's all a bunch of women. And y'all, he hates women. The party hates women. I don't know why your bitch ass look at all of them. Oh, I have such contempt for them. It's and there's Susie Wiles and freaking Mark Wayne, and they arguing over security designations like this is some kind of internal office memo mistake. No, this is what happens. I can't even say something stupid from my outline that I had prepared today. Like, I can't even say something like leadership rooted in performance. Ain't no leadership. They're just content creators. They're bad content creators. Think of the dumbest motherfucker you ever worked with. Think of the most privileged Nepo baby you ever had the misfortune to have to suffer in the workplace. And that's who running the country. Competence, intelligence, expertise is gone with the wind, children. It's gone forever. Yeah, they need Dr. Lisa. You ain't never lied. Woo! They need some help because they think it's TV. They think it's all TV. That ain't you. That's the double truth, Ruth. You ain't never lied. Not even content. Yeah, just running amok. Poor content, bad content. Who is this? I got the radio on. Y'all forgive me. I think I had the radio on. I'm sorry about that. I had the radio on one of my other apps. You saw, yeah, girl. I saw they brought in Condi Rice though when they said first it had ran and immediately. Yeah, oh yeah. I've always had problems with Condoleezza Rice too. I don't believe black women should be odds. I think we should stay as far away from the Republican Party as humanly possible. It is a party of weirdo. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, black women, watch Silicon Valley, and we got another show that's getting ready to come out about these crazy fucking billionaires. Peter Thiel is now telling JD Vance to renounce the Pope. JD Vance got a whole book coming out about freaking his love of Catholicism and converting to Catholicism, and not a crazy technocrat like billionaire who is behind a project. It's all so trifling and confused. He's gay, but he's behind the Project 2025 people too, and they shenanigans and they craziness. They think it's fun and games. Yes, girl, it's Mountainhead. You're actually right. He keeps stealing all of the Bell Hooks book titles. Please tell me he did not. Seriously, they don't like him because he's Creole. No, exactly. That man's people is Creole, and he's from Chicago. It's just disrespect. Also, they don't believe in anything. That the Republican Party, this whole one of the biggest lies they ever told is like family values, Christian values. Do these people act like they believe their religion? That they actually believe any of it? These are the people that are protecting pedophile. I mean, but there's a lot of pedophilia and a lot of rape in the Bible. But like, do you see what they're doing? They act like they don't believe in nothing. Oh my God. Ugh. Again, what's going around is coming around. Condi's that girl. That's what they said. I got to be honest. One of my favorite creators on here. He pretends to be GW like he's talking to Michelle Obama. That's the funniest shit. But this is what happens. The hillbilly elegy named after her book Apple. Oh my God. JD Vance and Usha Vance. Use another one that ought to be ashamed, girl. Use another one. Hey, Amaya. So yeah, this is what happens. They don't know how to lead. They don't know how to govern. They're completely incompetent. I don't know what we were expecting was going to happen when a stunt queen reality show person is running the country. We didn't think it could get no worse than an actor, Ronald Reagan, was running the country, but this is just what happens. And this is what these people want. I'm so tired of this. So listen, in response to this, yeah, absolutely incompetent. Death of expertise. It's this is where we are. This is also what happens when you get rid of black women. You know, that was one of the first things they did. They wanted to make sure that we were financially like insecure. And they wanted to get us out of the federal government because as long as we there, it's gonna be some accountability. We keeping receipts, we keeping all the emails, we keeping all the evidence. We will absolutely turn over all the evidence. We will absolutely turn over every email exchange we saw that we was on to the Justice Department. That's why they wanted to get us the fuck out of there. That's why on Epstein Island, they were like, we don't want a bunch of black girls around here. Because they'll tell. They'll tell their mamas, they'll tell somebody, they'll call the police. Okay? They will ring the alarm. People say that all the time. What are black women? We're America's early warning system. His new book is called Communion, of course. She already has a book named Communion. Somebody make a video on that. That's a good video. Y'all let people know that. I didn't know that. That would be one that I think people would be interested in finding out. Somebody else make it. After that first term, I thought we were free. Nope. And then they want to say they regret their vote. Also, it's another thing. I'll never forget people for what I went through the night of election night. I'm never going through that ever again. I'm so glad for the 90%. He's just copy pasting her books, the order that they were released. Ought to be ashamed. Well, Peter Thiel's about to fuck up the debut of this book. But you know, that's another thing. Do y'all know? So Coach Dad, I'm so excited for him. So it's looking like he may get to choose between two publishers for his book. And he really wanted a publisher. He didn't want to self-publish. He's a bit of he's a historian. He's already published one book. So he really want a publisher. Do y'all know that there are certain publishing houses like Tucker Carlson like owns a publishing house? Y'all know what they do is like they get these publishing houses to like publish their books. Then they have the PACs buy their books and then give them as gifts so they get to sit at the top of the New York Times bestseller list. Everything is a grift. Everything is a con to like make these people feel like they're actual writers. Yeah, the current state of the country, yes, is because they took black women out. And then black women said, oh, you kicking us out? We really out. F y'all. We not coming to the rescue. And y'all stand strong, please. Stand strong. Do not let these people be talking y'all into going to marches, to go to these damn postcard writing parties, to be calling people. You know who needs to be doing that? They don't need us to do that. We've done as much as we can do. We have carried this country as far as we can carry them. Whenever they ask you to do that, say, get somebody else to do it. And by somebody else, get white men to do it. Get white women to do it. Get Latin women to do it. Get Latin men to do it. I'll be damned. 92%. All we got to do is do what we've been doing, showing up to vote, teaching our children to vote. Coach Dad got the voter guide out last night and had I was trying to take a picture of him and she asked me not to take a picture. You're looking at the different what's the difference between a measure and a oh god, what was it? What's the difference between a proposition and a measure? Look at this and look at that. What do you think? Like Coach Dad, literally we sit down with that damn voter guide and we go over it and we have to have discussions. That's our job, is to make sure our children, our families understand they need to vote. If you want to volunteer at the little women's circle, the little links or whatever, sorority meeting, at church, do souls to the polls, that's one thing. Don't be out here chopping wood, carrying water for these people that don't value us. This is the time where we teach them to value us. Of course, we're going to vote. We always vote. We don't know how to vote. The same way we don't know how to stop getting degrees. We don't know how to stop having amazing skin and amazing hair. We don't know how to stop. We don't. As Black women, we're going to always vote. But all that other chopping wood, carrying water, no, we've proven ourselves and we've tried to save this country way too many times. We're removing our energy. And y'all, before I get ready to go, let me get upstairs and get something to eat and try to get to the gym. I have got to tighten it up. Y'all, on behalf of Meg the Stallion, let's just tighten up. Let's just get back on our fitness. Let's just get back on the yoga. Let's just get back on the lifting weights. Let's get back on the chair workouts. Let's just get back on getting in the sauna. Put your little red machine. Let's all just go back to hottie boot camp. Let's just all just do a health and wellness grow up, tighten up in solidarity. Let's just all do it together. It's Taurus season. That's how we take care of ourselves. That's how we deal with it. We come together, we talk about the news, we tell the truth about the news, we make sure we get back on the right frequency. That's why we come here together invite more Black women into the space. Oh, y'all, and the replay is going to be up on YouTube. I've made it my goal to stick to a regular live schedule, even if I'm late sometimes, and make sure that I simulcast it to the tube that is you and get it up. So right after this, the second I get a thumbnail up, it is up on the tube that is you. So if you missed any part, please go back and enjoy yourself. Thanks for following over on Substack, on the podcast, and the newsletter, and for being a part of the community over on YouTube. And let's all follow each other over there. So thank you all for doing that. I'd be trying to go through and make sure I'm following people back. All you got to do is just watch the video, and then we follow. Thank you all so much for being here. And I just want us to remember, after we go through all this, which is because y'all have to admit, they ain't doing this on damn CBS. CNN is getting ready to be state media any moment, like as we speak. Thank you, Lion Lady. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all so much. It has been a wonderful live today. We are in Taurus season. Oh, that makes me feel so good. Y'all make me feel so good in the chat. Let's remember 92%. This is Taurus season. This is about the body. This is about senses. It's about pleasure. It's about grinding. This is your reminder. I want you to eat well, move your body, touch something beautiful, even if it's your own face. Slow down on purpose. One thing Taurus doesn't do during Taurus season, we should all as Black women enjoy Taurus season. Slow down on purpose. Like Taurus don't be rushing around. It don't be reacting to stuff. Like think of a cow. Truly, y'all know Meg the Stallion is Taurus rising. I'm Taurus rising. Yeah, cable news, 24-hour news is the devil. Turn that shit off. CNN is about to be, CBS is basically a state-run media, which is run by is not real. Okay, that's just the truth. Barry Weiss, ever since they got her over there, that's all that is. That is a pro is not real channel now. That's and Netanyahu. That's just what that is now. CNN, in that whole merger bought by Ellison's freaking devil demon spawn. So that's getting ready to be state TV. They have already been frustrating anyway. I knew things were bad when I couldn't even watch Abby Phillips, and I like little Abby Phillips, but I'm not going to have my intelligence sported with by watching these roundtables and giving these people, because that's how we got here, doing this both siderism shit. making it seem like news is bringing somebody from the Republican Party and from somebody that has sense and say, oh, well, we do the same things. They're both corrupt. No, they're not. We're not the same. Both siderism is a lie. That's how we got here. Exactly. When I bring us news, I'm getting it from the BBC, the Guardian, NPR, and PBS. And yes, the logo does look just like Clay Thompson. I'm glad he's finding out how mediocre looking he is. Woo! I want someone to flash the camera at Gabby right now. Have you seen your daily heart meets? It's a portraiture. Um, oh guys, thank you for sending your daily heart meets. I appreciate it. And y'all do, you get points for your daily heart meets. So when you make a comment, you get your daily heart meet. Collect all your points. Go touch that heart up there and collect all of your points. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Okay. And that's what we're gonna do as Black women. Y'all know I love a little Black girl astrology. I love for us to end with it. It's Taurus season. I want for all of us, no matter what your placements are. Thank you all for the flowers and for the hearts. I appreciate it. Wakandan Songbird, thank you for reaching level number 19. I appreciate it. I want to see more of you in the super fan community. I'm doing a really special Taurus season activation and reading for us this Friday at 3 o'clock. And I will be doing like I'm gonna do a little individual little activation and reading for every single person that's there. So I already got my decks and my cards and crystals and my good incense. I got on my expensive incense for this one. I'm going to be sharing it. Oh, Aries with Taurus moon. If you have a Taurus placement, get into it. I love it because think of a cow. Truly, cows are so pretty. Like they're so beautiful. Like they really are. Like they're actually beautiful. You know how like a cow don't really react fast? That's as Black women, they try to keep us reacting, keep us drenched in cortisol. No, we respond. Taurus energy is trying to build a life that's so strong, it's so solid. It has such a good foundation that chaos can't shake it. But let's inculcate that as Black women as a 92%. Oh, what time Friday? Friday at 3 o'clock Pacific time. And then we're going to go into Black Girl Podcasters immediately at 4 o'clock. So hurry up and get in there because I'm going to go straight into setting the scene, setting our sacred loving space, and immediately me immediately getting into our activation and reading. Okay, it's something very special that I do when you're a part of the super fan. So please, please, please join us. I appreciate it. I'm actually, yeah, I'm kind of proud of it. Kind of proud. And I want to see more of us there. Okay. And so yeah, while these hoes this admitted the regime. Thank you, Nikki. Of course, talented Creole. Oh, them Creoles, man. We do. Ooh. And for the record, I am not Creole. I'm just a plain old Black girl from Mississippi. Creole's very different. They ain't nothing to play with and nothing to joke with. I tell you that right now. That's the last. You will never catch me talking shit about or messing with is Creoles and Haitians. Let me advise you to leave them alone. If you have a disagreement, I had to tell my daughters this when they were younger and they were just starting to play soccer. There was this other family that we had beef with. We had beef. It was just family beef. It just started with the girls being like fierce competitor, and then it just turned into family beef. And I said, listen, because those little girls, they great granddaddy was a freaking prize fighter and shit. Was one of these like crazy Irish prize fighter. They daddy looked just like. I said, listen, okay. Listen, we not suited and cut out for fighting. Y'all are fast. You're fast. You got to use your speed to get away from these hoes. Cause listen, even the mama was one of these Pilates bitches. I was like, that woman, I'm not even a fighter. She one of them little mean, little hard bitten Pilates bitches. I was like, she could punch a hole right through your mama. So listen, we got other skills and gifts and talented. Like, y'all, we got other gifts. These little girls is solid. They daddy taught them how to fight. I was like, y'all are fast, you're swift, you're athletic. We can still throw a punch, but we got to do different punches. We got to throw verbal punches and shit. We got to make them feel bad because we're cuter and smarter. I was like, we can't be fight. Listen, I'm telling you. So I'm telling you, if it's people you do not mess with, it is Creoles and Haitians. I got too much respect for your history and your game. Okay. All right. Seriously. So listen, while that nation, while this regime, while their followers are like blaming, talking about regret, lying about how we got here, how the road was paved to this bullshit and this fuckery. Yeah, you don't. No, 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 no. Uh-uh. We're real quick in my family be like, y'all must be Creole. Nope. Nope. Just black. Family looks like the rainbow, like everybody else's family, like every other black family in the South. Not Creole. Oh, they very different people. They're very they are about it. Okay. Mm. Fuckery is a good one, isn't it? Seriously. I'm serious. I'm telling the truth. I just be what I was like, let's have a right understanding. Okay. Respect. Truly. No, not joking. I know what I'm talking about. Literally from Mississippi. I know. I have seen the power up close. Don't you'll be turned into that's who they need to get on Clay Thompson. Get you a mambo on Clay Thompson. Clay got about to get turned into a kicking mule. Clay about to get turned into a frog. I'm telling y'all, it's about to be horrible out there. So listen, while the stunt queen in chief, his crazy regime, everything around us like black women in the 92%, while they are being crazy and they're arguing in circles, we are going to continue to use organized indifference. What is organized indifference? Organized indifference, along with economic activism, I feel is the best way for black women to perform self-care and protection. Organized indifference is like it's like we remove ourselves and our beautiful, precious, valuable energy away from these fucked up systems and institutions that don't care nothing about us. That was another reason I was pissed to see black journalists at that damn dinner. Y'all know these people don't like you, castigate you. Joy, they fired you. Don, they fired you. Simone, they ain't never given you because of your phenotype. They ain't never given you what you deserve, like at that network. You do not have to like be soaking up people's sloppy seconds and be struggling to get into new rooms. Media is changing. That's why I always say I want black women on the mic. We can make our own media. We can make our own TV shows. We can form our own community. We can sell our own merch. Okay, we can do our own research and we can share it with our community. We're not doing all this arguing in circles. We're investing in our nervous system and the care of our nervous system. We are using organized indifference. We are using economic activism. Everybody ain't gonna just get our money the way they used to or our time. Megan put her heart out there for that scout. Sure did. And we were cheering her on. I was cheering her on. I thought, ooh, he had me fooled. Bad. I'm beginning to be anti-pro athlete 100%. Like seriously, I would be very upset. Thank you for the stickers. I love seeing those. Thank you. Naylin made those. I love the stickers. Thank you. All right. That is what power is. That's what black women, that's been the problem. We haven't been able to ascend or take the place we need to take because we're too busy dispersing and giving our power and our energy to everybody else. So y'all, please join me every morning for the Sunshine Report. Make sure you go over to the Substack. You can find me at Halicue at HALICUE on all platforms. The most important ones are Substack, which is our newsletter and our podcast, and the tube that is you. Come follow us over there. That's also where you'll find all the live replays. If you like the live, if you feel like there's like this is community that you feel like you know another black woman, another beautiful, bold, brilliant black woman of the 92% is into, please send her the replay. Share the tube that is you. My daughter married an NFL ex-player and he was abusive. Stephen Felt. They used to be sniffing around my mama's house too. One of them tried to date one of my sisters. One of my sisters was dating some basketball player from Duke when she was in college. Yeah, girl, it's an unhealthy system. Do y'all ever watch Last Chance U? That's one of me and Coach Dad's favorite shows. That's one of the last shows I really like. We watch Abbott Elementary together. We really enjoy that. But like, that's a great show. Yeah, it's a messed up system. Yeah, he lied. I mean, I told y'all yesterday, it's in the live yesterday. We talked about it. The whole situation, being somebody that dates one of these dudes, it just seems like a low vibrational activity. It all seems like dirty and grimy. Like, like girl, you can go to the real and buy yourself a used Birkin bag, girl, and won't nobody ever know the difference, girl. Yeah, it's and they have whole systems that are set up around their sneakiness. They have so many people willing to help them and help them facilitate, like, so, ugh, it's gross. It's gross. All right, I love y'all so much. I better get down. Coach Dad's starting to stomp around, which means it is lunchtime. And sometimes I be fucking around and not eating until like 2 and 3 in the afternoon, which is not good for me. So please make sure you're subscribed to the Substack. Please, and also follow everything Erin Ashley over there. Erin's got a great new article. I can't wait to go read. And join us if you are a super fan. If you're a super fan, join us for 3 o'clock for our very special activation I'm going to be doing for us and reading I'm going to be doing for us at 3 o'clock Pacific time on Friday. Me and Her Divine Alchemy are going to have a conversation on Wednesday. I'll make sure everybody knows about that. And want to see you at 4 p.m. for Black Girl Podcasters live at 4 p.m. That's me, the voice guru, Carol West, and everything Erin Ashley. And thank you all for tapping in. Thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate it. And I want us to know, you all know we like to do a gratitude segment at every show. I do my best to make sure we're able to get our gratitude segment. I knew when I started going live regularly for our community, I really did want to make sure that we did an empowering gratitude segment. I didn't want to do some gratitude segment that I'm starting to love these. Uh-oh, who's coming down here? Uh-oh, y'all hold up. Hi, pretty. Where are we going? Oh, thing. That's right. All right, we gotta go. Bye, guys. I forgot we got a teacher meeting. Love y'all. Bye. 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 We gotta go. All right. Love y'all. Bye. Woo! Of course I'm gonna go. Put my jeans on. I'm already ready. That's already got those set. All right. Bye, YouTube. Sorry to have to run off so quick.